would you think would be the most logical if there probably are several small to medium sized stashes of these acetates and test presses out there. And you mentioned
Like a lot of hip hop guys in the 90's. I wouldn't say really in the 80's, because in the 80's they were really, it was Mr. Magic, Molly Mall, Chuck Chill Out and Red Alert. That's back in the early days, those were the only four guys that really mattered. I'm not saying that they weren't, but those were the guys when when that whole world was happening. Those were, if you made three or four, that's where they were going. In the 90's, the culture got much bigger. It was a global thing. So you'll see if it was a bad boy acetate through Puffy or whatever, it probably still tilted more New York, but now you have New York radio. So Funkmaster Flex, DJ Enough, you just had Mr. C, you had a bunch of guys. So it was a little bit different in the 90's. But I don't really know. I also was telling you the story about Funkmaster Flex. I was with Flex 1 to 2 times a week, right in the middle when he was taking over the world. And I don't remember him getting a lot of tests. Because he would have given them to me. Because I would have been like, yo, I'll give you 2 promos. He didn't care. He wasn't that guy. But I just don't remember him getting tests, which was really weird. Look, but a lot of those labels in the 90's weren't making test pressings. You weren't seeing Def Jam test pressings. Atlantic, I always did them. So you'll see Atlantic of whether it's Real Live and Mad Skills and all those underground hip hop. I was making tests of all of those. Fat Joe, Aaliyah, Brandy, all of those. But other labels really weren't doing them. I never saw a test pressing on Loud ever. Ever. I never saw Mobb Deep, Wu Tang, never saw a test pressing. Any of that stuff. Bad Boy, never saw a Bad Boy test pressing. And those were pretty much the labels that were doing their thing in the 90's. You just didn't see them.